All right. Hi, everyone. So we have Amber here from IUP Graduate Admissions. We are excited for her to share a little bit about IUP and the different graduate programs that they have. So thanks for being here, Amber.
Thanks so much for having me. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, we're excited. So why don't we just start off by having you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at IUP in the graduate school and with graduate studies.
Okay, so I actually am a graduate of IUP. I graduated in 2010 with a social studies education degree, and I was a middle school history teacher for 3 years. In my third year, I started to look at ways that I could get involved in college counseling. And at the time, that career didn't exist. So I started looking into college admissions. And I have been working in college admissions for 7 years at the undergrad and now at the graduate level. I'm currently the director of graduate admissions and have been at IUP for about 2 years now.
Awesome. Great. So can you talk a little bit about the different types of graduate programs that IUP offers?
Yeah, so we have 60 plus master's and doctoral programs. They range in quite a few different areas of interest depending. Some of our most popular are business, nursing, criminology, English. We have fine arts, so definitely lots to offer. What's nice too is we have multiple locations as well as online and hybrid options for students. So whether you're a working professional or, so if you graduate your undergrad and then go out and work, it should be something that you can do at the same time, or there's full-time programs that you can be involved in too.
Great. What do you feel makes the IUP graduate experience unique from other graduate schools?
So as far as state schools in the university, state schools in the state of Pennsylvania, we are a Carnegie Research Institution. So of public schools in the state of Pennsylvania, we're one of 4 who hold that distinction, the others including Pitt, Penn State, and Temple. One thing that definitely sets us apart, though, from those in particular is the cost. So because we're part of the state system, we're definitely more affordable. And we have a nice faculty and class size student to teacher ratio. So our faculty are extremely engaged with our students, which I think is great. We don't have any TAs or GAs that you're learning directly from your professors. They're not teaching you. We do have those opportunities, but you're working one-on-one with your faculty, which I think is great. In addition to that, we have opportunities for current. So if anybody's a current IUP student, we have early admission opportunities and opportunities like that for our transfer students. So there's opportunities for students to earn graduate credit while they're in undergrad, which I think is pretty unique to some of our competitors.
Yeah, absolutely. What is something that most people don't know or would maybe be surprised to learn about attending graduate school or maybe specific to IUP?
So I think one thing that I didn't know that's why what I'm most passionate about is talking to students about funding. So there is funding available for graduate school. Please ask about that if you have any questions. Any one of graduate admissions offices would be more than welcome, or financial aid offices, to talk with you about it. So just like you complete your FAFSA in your undergrad, you can also do that for grad school. There's a whole separate pot of money that you can borrow from. So even if it's not federal loans or personal loans, we also offer graduate assistantships at our university, and a lot of others do. I didn't know exactly what that term meant. So for others who might not right now, what it means is you would work 8, 10, 20 hours a week with a faculty member on different projects or in different offices around campus. And from there, you would receive money towards your tuition as well as a bi-weekly stipend or paycheck. And then we also offer scholarship money. So, grad school is definitely way more affordable than I think people think it is. So ask about funding. There is funding available for grad school.
I think that's really important to know, just understanding that there is funding and then being comfortable asking those questions to see what's available. So that's really good to share. What is something that you look for on a candidate's personal statement?
So when I read them, like to see why students want to go to grad school. So what are you passionate about? Why are you taking these next steps? I think though that I'm also looking for English and grammar. We want to make sure that you're going to be a good candidate. So take time and really write that. Really if you're currently an undergrad, use the Writing Center at your school or resources like Career and Professional Development Center. If you need a resume for your application. to have a look those materials over when submitting. Another thing though that the personal statement allows you to do is if for some reason your grades took a little bit of a dip, it's your opportunity to be able to explain that a little bit. You don't have to go into great detail, even if just addressing, you had a little dip, but you brought it back up. It makes it more than just numbers when I'm reviewing an application. So you're more than just your GPA. I get to know a little bit about you through your personal statement too.
That's great. I know sometimes when I've talked with students, personal statements can be a little elusive or scary. So I think that that's some good feedback for anyone that is watching this. Why do you feel like...
I'm sorry. I should have said too, there are some programs that require very specific goal or personal goal statements. So that's the only thing I would watch out too, is if your program, and I should have said that, I'm sorry. If your program has something specific they want to see from you, double check any program specific requirements before starting to write. You don't want to get too deep into your application and have missed something and then not be considered because of it.
Nope, that's great. That's good. Amber, why do you feel like someone should consider or pursue graduate school?
So for some people, they need it because it's what they need to do to get the next step in their career. So whether they need a license so we have counseling programs and clinical PsyD programs, and you would need a certain level of academics as well as a license accompanying that. So you might need the advanced degree for that reason. Others do it because they love to learn and want to continue to learn. And others do it to advance their degree or kind of pivot their career in some way. So I think for everyone, it's maybe a little bit different. But I think grad school offers the opportunity for a lot of students to kind of continue on and try something new or continue doing something they love. So definitely, but I think I see a lot of students maybe even too looking for something different. Like I was a social studies ed major. Maybe I want to go into student affairs or into business. So it gives you that background to be able to pivot your career.
Yeah, that's what I always say. When I was a public relations major and then went for my master's in student affairs, it allowed me to pursue a totally different career path that I wouldn't have been able to if I hadn't gone back to school. So that's great. Amber, what is one piece of information you'd like to leave any students with or anyone who's viewing this video as we end our time together? It can be a professional tip or something about IUP and the graduate program that we maybe didn't cover.
I think really it's just don't be afraid to ask about the process, ask about the funding. Like I can't stress that enough. Ask about anything. The more you know about each of the schools, the better decision you can make. So if you're looking at a couple graduate schools, don't be afraid to ask the questions and ask as many as you need to. That's what we're here for. So despite all the craziness that's happening, you can always get in touch with us on our website. And a lot of the schools are doing virtual Zoom sessions one-on-one like this. Open opportunities, they still have events, virtual ways to tour campus. Still engage those schools, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to follow up.
That's great. Amber, if now someone, you touched on this a little bit, but if someone does want to follow up with questions or wants to look at programs that IUP offers, should they reach out? Is there an email on your website, or how would you recommend that they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can always email us at graduate-admissions@iup.edu. You can also visit our webpage, and there's on our Visit Campus page is opportunities where we host open Zoom sessions every Thursday from 11 to 2, where students can just jump in and Zoom with us. And then we also have different opportunities, whether they be events or we can set up one-on-one meetings. So we're still trying to accommodate, even though we can't be face-to-face. And then hopefully when campus opens back up again, students can visit us at IUP in Sutton Hall.
Great. All right, Amber. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and I'm sure that anyone who catches this video is certainly going to learn a lot about IUP and what they have to offer.
No, thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.